video is sponsored by Raycon. Springtime is finally here, which means Mother's Day is sneaking up just around the corner. If you're like me, then figuring out the right gift for your mom can be a bit of a struggle, but luckily, if you need something practical, reliable, useful for just about anyone, then Raycon's got you covered. Raycon's everyday earbuds have a sleek, ergonomic design that will fit comfortably in just about any ear. They come with customizable sound profiles and active noise cancellation. So whether your mom needs earbuds for exercise, work, or relaxation, she can count on Raycons to be the right buds for the job. They're built to last with a dust and waterproof exterior, making them the perfect gift for the daily hikers out there like my mom. She loves listening to long audiobooks during her hikes and also generally throughout her day. Luckily, Raycon's new everyday earbuds come with a 32-hour-long battery life. They also have a new multi-point connectivity feature, allowing you to seamlessly swap between devices without skipping a beat in whatever you're listening to. I love my everyday earbuds, and I think you or your mom might as well. So to pick up your own pair of premium affordable earbuds, head over to buyraycon.com/moon and get 20% off your next order. That's buyraycon.com/moon for 20% off your order. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you are doing very, very, very well today or tonight. I have an assortment of things to show you, as I oftentimes do. The first of which is this sheet of watercolor paper. This is a flat, thin, pure white sheet of carefully crafted and densely pressed fibers, pressed together into this perfectly smooth white form for the sake of expressing whatever sort of creative impression you would like to express. But it does have a touch of toothiness, a touch of toothiness to it, because it is intended for the wetness of watercolor paints to be able to absorb and comfortably sit within it. So you know how a paper towel has a bit of toothy absorption to it, that bit of texture. It is nearly perfectly smooth, almost perfectly smooth, but it does have that touch of toothiness that you need. But it isn't so toothy, it isn't so rough that creates unwanted lumps or bumps in your lines. It has just the right amount of smoothness so that the lines, like the edge of the persimmon and his little closed eyes, can come out as smooth as you want them. I did want them to be a bit rough because I think that loose look is quite cute. So he is based off of my little tea pet here from Paru. Paru is my favorite tea shop, and they sell these little tea pets that you are meant to nourish with your leftover tea. Oops. Nearly lost him. Humpty Dumpty style. And he's got a persimmon hat. He's a little yogi duck. You can see his wings are outstretched. That probably feels so good. He's stretching up this way and out that way, and it probably feels quite nice. As you can tell by the fact that his eyes are softly closed, he's enjoying the sensation. And there might be a cool breeze coming through the park where he's doing his yoga routine, but that's okay because his persimmon hat is quite warm and soft. It's made out of a plush cashmere material with this charming decoration on top. That's a good conversation starter. He makes lots of friends by way of this hat. He gets plenty of compliments on it. He was my muse for this little painting that I crafted by carefully observing his colors and the shapes, the delicate shapes and lines within his form. And I tried my best to accurately represent his little outstretched wings, his cute little yellow feet, and most importantly, his charming conversation starting persimmon hat. I took my paintbrush and I dipped it in the colors that I thought proper, sometimes even mixing together, squeezing a little bit out of this tube and squeezing a little more out of that tube, and mixing until I had the perfect color to pick up with my paintbrush and just gently glide it over the paper in just the right shape that I would like until he came into view. Do you find him charming? I hope so. So then I followed the same procedure to represent my little frog tea pet here. I guess my frog tea pets because this one does have a little sun. And here's how that one came out. I did take a little bit of creative liberty with this one by adding these spiral details to the blush on the cheeks. I just thought that would add a little bit of extra charm. And for this one, I first went in with watercolor and dipped my paintbrush into the color and then sort of loosely glide the bristles across the paper to lay down this green, this pink, this blue. And then I picked up some colored pencils that were closely matching colors to the paints I had used, sharpened them up. I twisted a pencil sharpener around them until the tip of the pencil was nice and sharp, so that instead of creating a thick, blunt line, it was capable of creating a precise, exact, thin, harsh line. And with that, I used a loose hand. I kind of held the pencil far back towards the end to create a looser look because I wanted the outline to not exactly perfectly line up with the edges. I like that rougher, looser look. And I want to not only tap on this watercolor paper, but also glide my fingers across it because I think that will make a nice, pleasing, relaxing sound just for you. Just for you. Just for you. Along this edge and along that edge, as well as along this edge, and finally along that edge. And I also just want to pinch it, grasp it, grasp it, grasp it, grasp it, grasp it, grasp it. You might be wondering why there is a comet falling down from the sky. I originally started on this page wanting to paint some carrots, and I just did not like how my first carrot turned out. I was unhappy. I was displeased with, I don't remember what exactly, but something about the shape of this carrot. But now I quite like it. It has picked up a sort of interesting texture here. Do you see that? The way that the paint has settled into the crevices of the paper has created a nice natural texture there that I think suits the organic nature of a vegetable like a carrot very, very nicely. So I might have to finish that off. Finish turning this into a carrot. But because I was unhappy with that page, I moved to a different page and I painted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carrots. And I was trying to do a similar style to the frog with these as far as keeping it loose and messy and messy and loose. So I first went in with the paints, laid down the orange, the red, the yellow, some of a rusty brown to create the details and then the shadows of the sort of segmented look that carrots tend to have. And then I went in with green and yellow to blot down some loose, messy representations of leaves. And then I went in with red colored pencil and I tried tracing around the edge of the carrot, this little one as a tester. I was not really happy with it, so I left the other edges of the carrots alone. I preferred how it looked with just the paint, but I do like how it turned out. Going in with a green colored pencil, holding it quite far back to the end of the pencil and just sort of letting it glide where it wanted to create these loose, messy leaves and curls. Like this. I also did this representation of a teapot I have that I really like. I really like this teapot. I was trying to experiment with some fun highlight colors and I think I went a bit dry, but that's okay. Then I would love to show you my new purse that I got to safely hold my personal belongings, particularly small items that I own, little bits and bobs like some hand sanitizer, a pack of gum, a lip gloss, some eye drops, my wallet, maybe a little hairbrush if I need to touch up or detangle my hair, some sunglasses, a little granola bar if I get hungry later and would like a snack, some jewelry if I'd like to glitz up my outfit, things like that. I want to gather them all up within this contained pouch because it's too many things for me to carry in my hands or in my pockets. So this nifty enclosed contained pouch is the perfect way to carry around a lot more items than I would otherwise be able to. It's like in a video game when you can increase your inventory. You can add can upgrade your inventory to add more spaces. This has upgraded my inventory spaces. It's made out of a faux leather that is very soft and pliable, and has a gorgeous, deep, rich, I think black, maybe dark brown. It's like the darkest chocolate. If you got like 99% cocoa chocolate, this is what it would look like. Then it has the brand name embedded here in gold metal. You can see the shape of the L, the O, the S, the E, and the A. And it is deeply embedded here. It's not going to budge. It's not going to go anywhere. I can move my fingers over it, and it is secure. It is secure. And on the back here, there's also these gold bolts right here. This one, right here, that one. You can see a bit of corduroy design of this top flap. This top flap clasps into place right there. It's magnetic, so it is very satisfying the way that it clicks into place. And this is a sort of gray, green, tan corduroy with an abstract design. It doesn't look like anything in particular, but it just has a sort of naturalistic look to it, like if you were to paint some leaves with ink and then press the leaves against the corduroy. It would leave behind an impression much like this. Much like this. And this texture of the corduroy has these deep grooves that when you run your nails across creates sort of like a zipper kind of sound. You can see that the corduroy is stitched all the way around to secure it to the faux leather. Stitch with a sewing machine so that it will stay in place, not budge. And then there's this golden design of a leaf right here, which marks the exact spot where the magnetic clasp is at and underneath. So you just grasp this top flap and lift it up in order to access the pouch. And if you just insert your belongings into this opening, you can fit as much as you can. It is pretty roomy in there, and it is lined with a nice silky fabric. So your items are going to stay safe. Your sunglasses won't be getting scratched or anything like that because the material is soft, the material is smooth. Once you've finished placing all your items in there, you just close the flap back up, and you can choose between this shorter strap decorated with chunky beads and hoops for some extra visual interest, to show off your personal style, to communicate to other people, I like things that look like this. You might like things that look like that, or like that, and I also might like things that look like that, or like that. But my most favorite, personally, are things that look like this. Things that look like this. And that is why I chose to trade some of my money in order to own this and to keep it and to carry it around with me to both hold my items arms and to communicate to you and to you and to you that I like things like this, like this, like this. I like these chunky beads. I like these hoops. I like this little strap. And I can put my arm through it if I want to wear it sort of high up on my body. Or I also have the option of switching to this longer, thinner strap that is adjustable, adjustable, adjustable. I can make it a bit shorter to wear it higher up on my body, or I can make it much longer so I can even slide not only my arm but my head as well through it. And it can comfortably rest here over my shoulder. It drapes over my back, over my shoulder, across my chest. And with this long strap, the bag rests comfortably all the way down here against my hip. And it rests at just about the same part of my body that my hands rest at when my arms are down at my sides. So if I need to quickly grab anything from my bag, it's at the perfect height for that. I can just quickly, easily slip my hand in there and grab something like my lip gloss to touch it up. And this bag goes with lots of different kinds of outfits. You can elevate and dress it up if you want to go somewhere nice. This would not look amiss with a cute cocktail dress. It would look beautiful with maybe a muted green, like a muted sage green cocktail dress. Or maybe like a terracotta colored cocktail dress. Or it would look very nice with a more casual outfit. This would look nice with a white blouse and some charcoal gray or khaki trousers, or a pair of jeans. You could wear light wash denim or dark wash denim or a medium wash denim with these. With this. Do you like it? Do you like it? Would you wear it? Or do you pick something that looks a bit different? Then I have these cake topper decorations, which have a sticky surface right here. You're meant to pry it open and press the sticky surface against the back, this paper back of the balloon, so that the balloons can become three-dimensional with this honeycomb sort of texture, which can more authentically represent what a balloon looks like. But a balloon does not have this honeycomb pattern to it. That is just a stylistic choice that I think is quite fun. So we have the bunny with the red bow that is the exact same color as her red balloon. So it also matches her red shoes. So the red matching the red matching the red is quite pleasant. I love her tall ears, her little whiskers, the dot of her pink nose, the way her nose is a bit turned upward, but not in a snooty way. It's more in a curious way, like she's sniffing the air, like she's wondering what's going on over there because she smells something over yonder. She's got a white blouse with lace details, pink trousers with lace details because she's quite a feminine little lady. And there's the most delicate sparkly string that's hanging down from the balloon so that she can hold on to the string and her precious, gorgeous balloon won't float away. Instead, she can keep track of it and use it to feel cheerful and merry and to show everyone that she's celebrating. she hops. She has a very hoppy walk. She doesn't walk like this. She walks like this. She walks like this. Hop, 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 hop. And she's heading to the party, okay? Hop, 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 hop. And then her friend, the puppy, was also invited to the party. He can also smell. He smells the pizza and the cake over here. He smells it. And he's bringing the mustard balloon. And he's wearing his favorite overalls to the party because he always gets lots of compliments on these overalls. And he likes the way that it looks paired with his white shirt. And he has a little bit, he's very excited, so he's got sort of like a scurry. So he's gonna head to the party like this. He's scurrying over in a rush. And then there's Miss Kitten, and she's wearing her nice floral dress because she's so happy it's finally springtime. And that's her favorite time to wear this dress because she feels like she's part of the meadows and part of the gardens. And like she blends in with the wildflowers, just the way she likes it. And her favorite color is blue, like the clear blue sky. She loves a warm springtime day where it's a bit warm out, but there's a nice breeze and the birds are chirping. But it's not a totally clear sky. She likes big, white, fluffy clouds. And she likes when sometimes the clouds drift over the sun, so there's a bit of shade. And the clouds drift away, and then the sunshine comes back out. The sun freshly warming her fur all over again. And she loves to curl up in the grass and feel the sun, the warm, warm, warm rays of sunshine warming up her fur, her soft kitten fur. And she is a very calm little lady, and so she just sort of moseys along to the party. There's no rush. She's enjoying the fresh air of springtime and the birds chirping pleasantly, and the sunshine and the breeze. But she knows herself, so she left quite early. She knows she won't be late. She left herself plenty of time to stop and smell the roses. And then we have the little mouse brother and sister. The sister's bringing the pink balloon, and the brother's bringing the green balloon. And they are really cheerful. They really have a lot of pep in their step. They love parties. They love pizza. They love cake. They love giggling and playing, singing and dancing with all of their very best friends. They've got sweet pink tails, their Sunday best on, their clean, shiny shoes that they polished up to a mirror shine just for this party. They love to impress everyone with their perfectly polished shoes. Perfectly polished, perfectly polished, perfectly polished. And they run to the party fast as they can because they're racing each other. They're racing. Who's gonna win? It's different every time. Okay, now I have this pair of shoes that I think I'm going to return, but while I have them, I thought it would be fun to show them off to you because I do think they're gorgeous. I think that they look really smart and neat and well crafted. You can see has this careful cutout in a pleasant shape, and it's stitched in a little triangle. Stitched in a little triangle. I also like that thicker stitching you can see all along this edge here. And then the finer stitching along this edge. And the fine, delicate stitching here and there. And then those thicker stitches in an X, an X, an X, an X. And a little loop to help you pull it up your heel without squishing the back. You don't want to squish the back. And they're filled with tissue paper so that they can keep their form while in transit. And the inside is quite nice. You can see that it is pleated and soft with a pleasant amount of give to it, so you're walking on a soft surface. And on the bottom there is a textured grip to the bottom of the shoe to provide friction between your foot as you step and the ground that you step on. If it was perfectly smooth, you might slip and slide, lose your balance, trip, hurt yourself even. But because of this grip, it creates enough friction, tension, resistance against the ground that you can stay upright when you want to, which is most of the time for most people. And these are a size 7.5. And these are a size 7.5. Got a wooden heel to give you just that little extra boost of height so that you can impress and maybe even intimidate people. So I really like the look of these. I really wanted them to work. I love the color. I love a very warm, orangey sort of leather look. But they are just not very comfortable. They're very stiff. I might be able to break them in. It's possible that the more that I wear them, the more that my foot moves around with each step within them, it can soften up the material. It can sort of form and contour itself to the natural shape of my foot instead of fighting against it and rubbing uncomfortably. But I don't like to break in shoes. It's an unpleasant experience, so whenever I can, I prefer to purchase shoes that just, as they come, are comfortable for my personal feet. Similarly, this pair of flats, I love the look of them. I like how they look like a basket. I don't know if you can tell that the shoe is made out of a transparent mesh with a fine basket weave laid over it in a net kind of design all over, a looping design around this border, and a spiraling design reaching all the way around the edge, sort of like flowers, like rosettes. A bigger rosette here at the tip of the toe. And instead of the transparent mesh, there is a thicker mesh here to protect your toes. A bit of a heel. Very soft and smooth and slippable. You got to be careful what kinds of surfaces you traverse in these. I really like the look of them, but once again, I feel like I'm going to have to break them in. And the thing about breaking in shoes is that sometimes it never happens. You can keep wearing them and fighting through the uncomfortableness, waiting so patiently, counting on the day that finally they treat you kindly Sometimes eventually that day comes. Sometimes it never does. And your feet will just get used and abused by those nasty shoes each and every time you ever wear them. Alright, that is going to do it for this overly explanatory show and tell. Overly explanatory show and tell. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the items that I wanted to share with you and hearing me excessively explain what they're all about. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Sleep tight. Good night. And I'll see you next time.